Well, you met your wife. You learned some people how to play guitar. And when did you get in contact again with Slash?
Let's see here. When it's Slash, I guess that would have been that fall of 2009 when he called.
So 7 years no contact.
Yeah, no contact at all.
What did you think of Velvet Revolver?
I thought it was great. In fact, that was one of the things I remember when it came out. I was like, because I loved Stone Temple Pilots, loved Guns N' Roses, and I was like, that's a great combination. And I remember when I saw the first video, when I saw Slither, I was like, man, it's cool, it's dangerous, and that was another thing I think at that point in my life, when I heard the music of what would become Velvet Revolver, I was like, hey, it's got this dangerous vibe to it, and I felt like I was, because of where I was psychologically at that point, and what I felt would fit that as a frontman, I felt like I probably just wouldn't be right for me where I was at that point in my life. You know, I felt about as dangerous as a Shih Tzu puppy.
So, but then, well, he called you again. Was it strange for you?
Yeah, I was really surprised and flattered. I was extremely flattered. And so when he sent the music to what would become Starlight, and I got the music, and then I put the melody and lyrics to it, sent it back to him, I don't know, a few days later. And then I wasn't sure what he'd think, you know. And then he responded with pretty quickly, and I was just like, wow, you know, this is really, I was really excited, and excited to go down and record it, and had no idea that it would lead to all this whatsoever. I thought it was just going to be a track on his solo record, you know.
And what made you click then? That it may become, well, that it led to this? Or can you, well...
Yeah, I went in, I got there and I got to LA and recorded the vocal, and then he took me back to the hotel and we talked. We talked for about an hour and talked to the possibility of possibly touring his solo record that following year in 2010. He just asked if I'd be interested in going out there and fronting whatever he put together, and it worked out perfect because with Alter Bridge we were on hiatus because, you know, Creed was doing a reunion at the time, and so I basically just said, yeah, I mean, it would be fantastic, and you know, if we can get schedules to work out, and so I guess we started up. It was funny because I went back and did the next Alter Bridge record, and I finished the last vocal, was on a plane like 3 hours later straight to LA and started rehearsing for his tour, and then it's never stopped since.
What did he think of the Mayfield Four?
You know, I honestly don't know. I've never asked him. I don't even know if he actually heard the Mayfield Four. I don't know if Duff, someone, I'm trying to remember because it was so long ago, but somebody had heard that second Mayfield Four record. I don't know if it was Duff or it was someone, and I think that was part of maybe what gave them the notion to call some guy up in Spokane, Washington. Because I was far removed. I don't live in LA or anything. And that's why it was such a shock when I got that call initially that first time. I was like, I live in Spokane. I'm not a part of this scene or anything. How did you guys hear about?
Yeah, but they should have known, of course. Or else they won't call you.
I mean, I guess so. Maybe it was a manager or somebody said, hey, just try this guy. Who knows?
I don't know. I'll ask him then.
Yeah.
Well then, one step. You were in 2002. You got a phone call for Velvet Revolver, but then in 2004, well, you released the first Alter Bridge album. Those 2 years, what happened?
Well, I remember, you know, I was teaching, and I started kind of chipping away at what was going to be somewhat of a, I don't know if it was going to be a solo record or something different. It wasn't like a hard rock thing. It was more singer-songwriter based. And I remember locking myself away doing that, and definitely enjoying being a newlywed, and then teaching. And the teaching thing was great at first, and then after about whatever it was, a year, I started to kind of Jones again. I was like, man, I really miss, you know, I miss rock and roll. I miss the energy and that give and take of a live audience, and yeah, I think that was what I needed. My decompression period, my power down period was over, and I was itching.